Ladies and lads, welcome back here to Gamers8 for the Tekken 7 Nations Cup. We've had 2 matches so far, and both of them have been clean sweeps for Saudi Arabia and for USA. Probably not expected, but either way, we have some more amazing matches upcoming. And this time I'm being joined by Margin Obama and Bloodhawk on the analytics. How you guys doing?
What's going on, everybody? Man, I'm not used to this high altitude like this. They got me standing on a box like Rick's down here, but what's going on, y'all? Spag, you've been killing it. Bloodhawk, I'm happy to be up here with veterans like you guys to bring you this next match. No lie, look, we both American, we buy as you buy, we can get that off the table.
Yeah, of course.
The America, in that group specifically, you got Peru, France, USA, all kind of vying for that top spot. Obviously, they have their most important matches, the USA team today. They just finished one. But I've been looking forward to this set pretty much since I saw it on the schedule. Ivory Coast going up against Australia.
Ivory Coast versus Australia. Australia, not a team that has really had a big opportunity to show what they're made of in the world stage. In 2017, they were grouped with Asia on the Tekken World Tour, so that was really difficult for them to qualify. And over the years, you know, it's been very difficult, you know, having talked to them, they say that it's quite difficult for us to actually travel to events because we're so far away, we're so disconnected from the rest of the world, right? And their main competition really comes with playing New Zealand online and stuff. So, you know, having a master event there really does help, but they don't really have the biggest opportunity. So there's a massive chance here to beat one of the underdogs that people are talking about a lot, like the Ivory Coast, right?
Yeah, 100%. I think Australia is underrepresented. You know, Yagami at TWT finals last year underperformed to his expectations, and I'm sure lots of other people. And I'm sure he's hoping to redeem himself here. But I said it in the pre-show, Ivory Coast, they're my sleeper pick to make top 4 in the bracket. So I'm like, this matters a lot for both these teams.
This cast of these characters, too. This is going to be a fun team to watch just because of how explosive. I love the character selection here. I'm a little biased, don't get me wrong. But, right. What you got what Skywalker brings to the table, and I love having a veteran and who relatively, you know, low-key, really, really strong player who's been playing for a long time in the ACON. To me, I'm looking forward to watching this guy play. He's a different style of late player.
Yeah. He's an old school player. He's been around for a long time, so he'll bring that kind of calmness to the team, right? And that knowledge and wisdom. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then Australia, a relatively young team, they don't necessarily have that veteran there to like right the ship in case like, you know, people start getting nervous or emotionally like, you know, damaged, like if they take a bad loss at some point, a round doesn't go the way they want. So it'll be interesting to see a young team versus also a young team, but having a veteran at the helm.
Absolutely. Well, ladies and lads, let's get over onto the stage for our team entrances. Ivory Coast versus Australia.
Guys, welcome back. Nations Cup well underway. Lots of Tekken 7 left to be played here. Man, are you guys still enjoying yourself? Give me a little noise out there so I know you're still with me. Oh, that's a lot of noise. That's a lot of noise. Actually, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. We got a really good match coming up for you guys. Once again, all of these players really want to make sure that their region is shown proper love when it comes to the world of Tekken and claim that #1 spot. So I can't wait to get into it.
ما زلنا في هذه المنافسة العالمية للعبة التكن 7. عندنا كل المنتخبات يبغون يبرزون منتخباتهم هنا بأفضل الصورة ممكنة. فرح نبدأ على طول ونبدأ نرحب في المباراة اللي بعدها هنا على المسرح بعد شوي.
Now let's get to our next team. Guys, make some noise for Australia! I love this team, Australia, because they have such a young group that have comprised of, I feel like, great teammates that really want to get the job done, especially when it comes to the world of Tekken. These guys have a lot to prove, and this is the stage to do it on.
هذا مكانهم فعلا لابراز مواهبهم العالميه اللي وصلوا معنا المرحله الحاليه، تفصلهم مباريات، يحتاجون الانتصارات، يحتاجون يجمعون النقاط في المجموعه، فعلا منتخب عريق، منتخب قوي جدا، راح نستمتع في المباراه اللي راح يورينا اياها بعد شوي، الاداء الاسطوري اللي وصلهم الى المرحله الحاليه، هذا دليل على جداره اللعيبه وجداره المستوى اللي جالسين يقدمونه. والحين اعزائنا المشاهدين برضو راح نرحب في المنتخب الثاني برضو معنا على المسرح منافس المنتخب الاسترالي. اعزائنا المشاهدين والحضور اعطونا تحيه لمنتخب ساحل العاج.
Ivory Coast, another region that I've heard so much about, and a lot of the players, this is gonna be my first time even seeing them play in person live. You guys are in for a treat.
دخول المنتخب بالشكل هذا وحتى برضه البوز اللي اعطانا اياه دليل على ثقتهم والمستوى الاسطوري اللي راح يورونا اياه في هذه المباراه، صحيح وصولهم للمرحله هذه دليل على جداره المستوى العالي اللي يقدمونا اياه في هذه المباراه، راح نستمتع فيها بشكل جدا عالي.
With now that you guys see the two teams here before you, we're gonna get to the next match. Let's send it back to the casters.
بعد جاهزية اللاعبة وهنا برضو موجودين معنا على المسرح أعزائي المشاهدين، خلونا نبدأ المباراة وننتقل على طول على المعلقين.
All right, let's have it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, coming at you live from Gamers8. It's me, Ayano, and with me is Markman. How you doing?
I'm doing great, feeling good. We are in for such a treat. Get to see an epic showdown here between these two teams, Australia and the Ivory Coast. You know, I was just in Australia for Battle Arena Melbourne a few weeks ago. I got to see the passion and the players from that wonderful community. But of course here, they're going up against the Ivory Coast, who I feel like a lot of people are rooting for them. They have the underdog story, but they have some legendary experience under their belts. Akon is one of those players that's been around, been able to play at many, many tournaments around the world. I remember him during the Tag 2 days doing so well against some of the top players from around the world. So excited to see his play, and of course his Lei Wulong, Skywalker, an amazing law player. We have Xiaoling as well, who could mix it up with a number of characters, but most recently seeing a lot of his Master Raven action.
Yeah.
But Yagami and the rest of the guys from the Australia team, not a team to underestimate either. So I think this is going to be a match where these guys are really fighting for to showcase not only their pride, but really showcasing how well and how deserving they are.
Yeah, that's the interesting thing about this matchup as well. Like, up until now, the matchups that they've shown, we've had at least one team where, like, on an international level, they're very well known. You have, like, players that are already very popular, already very seasoned, and people can tell you their win record, loss record, characters played in tournaments, all of that, no problem whatsoever. But like you said, in comparison, we have Australian Ivory Coast, where you haven't seen a lot of representation from them, and especially not from these players. And I personally am like looking forward to seeing Skywalker because I know that he couldn't make it to TWT finals last year because of some visa issues.
Yeah.
So I myself had just kept hearing like, oh, you got to see his law, like he's such a good player, like wow. And I didn't get to see it, which was disappointing. But now that opportunity is here before us, and now I believe they're doing a coin flip to decide the site for the selector match, correct?
Oh yeah, and the selector match, of course, is what's going to let us know, first off, which side they're going to get as they go into the main competition, but of course also for the rival reveal. So a lot on the line in terms of strategy going into this. So it looks like Yagami ended up winning the coin flip. They're picking the side here. Who are they sending up?
I guess we'll find out soon enough. But selector match, interesting new addition that they've done for this tournament. It's gives you advantages that many people might not think right off the bat that it's that influential. But getting to choose which side you're playing on in like the matches that usually matter, as what I've noticed so far, it feels like the first match and the last match, so the boss match, the entry match, they seem to be like the ones that truly decide the momentum going forward. So choosing the sides for like those particular matches is like, that is huge. And then knowing right off the bat who your opponent is going to be as well allows for a lot of counter picking, allows you have to choose your team order in the first place. Once you decide that, yeah, this person's going to go forward, you got to decide that on the fly.
Not just that, it actually gives their teammates a lot more time to kind of figure out a strategy. And you got to remember, these players, this is very different from normal tournament settings. They have their teammates behind them, coaching them, letting them know how to play, how to approach the matchup as they get into it. You know, there might be some level of expertise that one player has for his teammate that they want to communicate. And this is where that benefit really goes a long way.
It's super crucial. Definitely like a big advantage coming from just solo games where it's just you, yourself, and you against your opponent. You have a team to fall back on. You have strategies that you can fall back on. So even if you feel like you have weak areas with your character or with a matchup.
I got you covered,
yeah,
right?
exactly. You have someone who's there, like they know that, they understand that. They're like, don't worry, we're here to discuss it and work around it. So that is a big boon coming into this tournament, yeah.
Yeah, and I hope the players take advantage of that because, you know, I feel like for a lot of these early matches, maybe their first games starting throughout the day, I hope by the end of the day that they are yelling and they're in each other's ears. You can really see the passion, and that's what I like to see. And that's why I love seeing the camera angles where we can see the player cams or the team cams. We can really see where the moment their heart breaks when they miss a key moment in the matchup, or if they drop a combo and stuff like that. I want to see the salt. I want to see the rage. That
Exactly.
Kind of stuff.
It adds so much to the atmosphere.
Oh,
It
yeah.
adds so much flavor to the tournament. Like, maybe you didn't feel like that invested into the match, but when you see how invested the players are, when you see how eager they are with their wins or how devastated they are with their losses, it's like, it's hard not to get into it yourself, you know?
Oh, yeah. You
It's
gotta
like,
love it.
damn, I want to root for that person.
And the great
now.
thing is, like, sure, you guys know about maybe the US, the UK, France, Korea, Japan, Pakistan, but you guys are about to find out about Australia and the Ivory Coast today. All right, we got Shaoling and Yagami going at it. The Forgotten Realm. This is only going to be a race to 2 rounds.
Yes, and on a party stage as well.
Oh, yeah, and we're here to party.
Yep. 2 rounds should be like gone straight away on the stage like this.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with these characters, Fang versus Maven.
Yeah.
A very interesting matchup. Well, what do you reckon on this, Mark?
Well, I feel like it depends on your comfort fighting against Master Raven. Master Raven is one of those momentum-based characters that can really take over the match. However, Fang Wei is a different breed. He is one of the top and most used characters in the TWT for a reason.
Oh,
It's because
definitely.
he has so many great tools that can work in almost any single situation.
A lot of those buffs certainly help as well. And I feel like Maven's exactly the same. Like, most Mavens may start out just like abusing gimmicks because most people don't know. But when a Maven needs to get down and play serious, they can get down and play serious.
Oh yeah, nice side step, goes for the while standing attack. Big down forward 2, gets the big spike.
Optimal punish. We're gonna
Oh
break the
yeah,
floor.
and we're going downstairs.
Oh.
Oh, never mind, drop combo.
He was trying to maximize damage. It didn't work out there. This might be a lost opportunity. Now Yagami takes the first floor break instead.
Oh yeah. They're about even on life here. Puts him into rage now. Yagami's gonna have to be careful. Nice 1 break.
All right.
And Shaolin playing so clean right now.
Nice. Out-neutraled him, out-poked him. So he
Yeah.
gets the first round.
So yeah, first round and the stage, or the side pick.
Yes, the side pick.
As they go into it. So this is obviously a big advantage already. But it's
Very
not over
fast
yet. They still have a chance to clean things up even more and get even more advantage.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Maximum damage right there. And goes for the Oki immediately.
Oh yeah.
Now Yagami's gonna try to figure out how to get out of here. Or
Oh,
not.
nice G clef. The follow he unfortunately missed the follow up there with the backturn kicks. Has the corner there, side step 4. Big damage.
Nice. Ooh. Clean.
Yeah.
Clean sweep from Shaoling right there. Earned both advantages first
He made
game.
it look really easy. All right, so obviously advantage towards the Ivory Coast there. That's going to help them as they go into the set and kind of figure things out a little bit more, gives them a little bit more information and intel as they kind of not only set the stage for how the matchup's going to go, but also kind of figure out who their opponent is going to be sending out first.
Right. This is basically deliberation time now for both teams.
Oh, yeah.
Team Australia seems to have lost like both of the advantages, unfortunately, but there's still a lot of strategy that they can do to make it work.
Oh, yeah.
Because they can still choose the side for the middle match, and they can basically dictate like how the first match is going to go when they decide who they send forward.
That's why the first game, when these guys go into it in the first match set, is so important. You have to win that one. You have to come out guns blazing.
Definitely, definitely. It seems they've decided who they're going to send out first. They came to a deliberation very quickly. Meanwhile, it looked like Ivory Coast was still thinking about it a bit longer.
Yeah, I think Ivory Coast is still deliberating. Is that Akon that they're sending out, or is that Skywalker? I can't tell.
I believe that's Akon. The player names will let us know later on as well. But yeah, so they decide to stay on P2. Interesting. You know, it's very interesting because I know most Tekken players, they're like defaulting to P1 most of the
yeah.
time. Yeah. It's like the familiarity thing, you know, like the game by default puts you on P1 anyway.
Yeah.
But learning how to play both sides is a huge advantage in
Oh, yeah.
situations like this in tournament, especially.
Ambidexterity will help in a long way, not just for Tekken, but in real life as
Oh,
well.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Being comfortable on both sides is obviously very, very important. I feel like for a lot of people like P1 for inherently game system stuff. There's traditionally been more advantages for the player one side in terms of sidestepping, getting around certain things.
Right.
So a lot of people tend to gravitate towards using that side.
This is basically to let people know as well that like even something as simple as picking a side can determine so much in how a game can go. Because even if you take away like, oh, I'm more comfortable on this side, so a player might choose that.
Oh, yeah.
Even in game, there are like so many like micro scenarios and stuff like that where like it most definitely depends which side you're on. There's some moves you can't even sidestep unless you're on the other side. So it's very crucial.
Oh, yeah. Tons of things to factor in, to think about as they go into the matchup, and you can only imagine how that much more difficult it is for these players because they have a lot on the line going into this tournament weekend.
Yep. Going in for a very big prize pool, and they don't have a lot of time to discuss things either, not unless they want to use a timeout card specifically. So you have
but
to
you only
make
got one of
decisions on the
those.
fly.
You only got one of those timeout cards.
Exactly. They have to be really good at making decisions on the fly, and important decisions too. Not this could like very well determine like the outcome of the set. All right, we'll be getting into it shortly enough. We'll be going into character select soon enough. Now,
These first two match sets are going to be a race to 2 games. So it's going to be 2 out of 3, and of course the boss set is going to be a 3 out of 5.
yeah, we've
So
got to make
something
all
to
the
keep
difference.
in mind. Each one of the first match sets are worth 1 point, so you have to remember that. And then the boss match is worth 2 points.
Exactly. I mean, it is a boss match. It should be worth more just on the basis of it being a boss match.
Yeah, more points, more games overall, potentially.
All right, so we're getting into it. Skywalker versus Bobby. All right, so we're getting to see Skywalker right off the bat, the player I said that I really wanted to see more of.
Yeah.
I've only really heard like good things about him, and I know that he's primarily a law player as well. So I think maybe
He is definitely a law specialist. He has a lot of interesting ways to set up very, very powerful tactics with law. So I mean, if you watch the way he sidesteps and sidewalks, really finds a way around his opponent, takes full advantage, he'll go for the junkyard on their back, go for a full combo. If he has walls and wall breaks and floor breaks nearby, you can definitely count on him to try to utilize them as well.
I'm looking forward to seeing that a lot, especially because like I consider Lom like a people's champion sort of character. Like he has all of the tools to win most sets, to win most matches. He can make it work, but you still need like that extra X factor to really make him shine, I think. It's not going to be easy peasy all the same, but you find like a character specialist who makes it work, then it can be a beautiful sight to watch.
Agreed.
Watching all the damage rack up, and they go to an infinite stage from random select. So Bobby, I know, is a Master Raven player primarily. I think this could potentially be in Skywalker's favor because one of his main training partners is a Maven player.
You know what? It's funny that you bring that up. I feel like that the same way. However, sometimes you get so used to your training partner that it could be detrimental when you go into a matchup, because what if somebody plays a little bit different, their timing's a little bit off, then that could sometimes come crashing down on your game plan.
That's a very good point, especially with a character like Maven who is very well-rounded. And right off the bat, we get him with the counter hit while standing too. All right.
Big wall standing 2 combo to start things off. Obviously, these characters will not be doing as much damage. No walls in play. However, it's all about the neutral here. How about they're gonna get into this, but he gets the float and the throw.
Nice. It's all pure Tekken over here. No walls to interfere with movement or decision making. It's all about the neutral.
Nice.
All right.
Testing him with the back 1-2. The DSS forward 1 able to land here.
All right. Nice. No need to. Nice. I like that from Skywalker. He played a little patient near the end when he got the life lead. He's like, yeah, no need to rush in. This is like an easy win if I just stay patient and take my turn when I need to.
Nice. And of course, Skywalker already starting to sidestep left. At the right range here, trying to deal with Master Raven out of the sky. Able to,
Nice.
oh my gosh, he's partying. He's hella partying right now.
He's all about the jumps and flips right now. You love to see it. He's feeling himself.
Oh yeah, one more hit could do it here. Bobby's in the red, and he has to be careful just like that. Skywalker running to a 2-round quick lead.
Amazing, amazing. Bobby really needs to have to work around this somehow. Ouch. Gets hit. Law's got like explosive damage, but like Maven, Bobby needs to pull out the Maven busted damage too to keep up with this. He could have gone more there, I'm sure. Missed opportunity.
Yeah, missed opportunity, big hesitation there. Another opportunity to kind of reset the neutral here. Skywalker looking for an opportunity, went for the 3+4.
All right, just keep it in neutral, keep it in neutral. Skywalker asserting dominance, but also with a helping of patience. He's not overextending himself, which is very important in situations like these.
Ooh, instant slide there. Looking to close it out, has the red as well. Bobby went for the range drive, gets stuck.
That's a clean sweep right there for Skywalker right off the bat.
Yeah, and his team just giving up their applause. I mean, what can you say? 3 rounds straight.
Very respectfully. Gives the impression that they were like very confident in their team.
They expected it, right?
Yep, confident in the team. They'd be like, yeah, I mean, are you surprised? We're not surprised.
But Skywalker was able to take it rather cleanly. You know, there was that big counter hit early on from Bobby, but from then on out, he didn't really have a chance to get any momentum back in the matchup. So great stuff to Skywalker, kind of, you know, keeping his enemy kind of sealed away.
It was very good of him to not get flustered by the early counter hit from Bobby. It's like that could have been like momentum deciding all on itself, but Skywalker already showing like the kind of play style that he prefers. When he goes in hard, but when he retreats, it's with intelligence and patience in mind. He knows that like, okay, I need to capitalize when I can, but I must not give my opponent more than I need to. because then that is easily a round loss instead of a round won. And just like that, he won that match pretty cleanly. Now, I wonder, we're just going straight into it. I was wondering maybe Bobby would take like a second to think about how we're going to go about things, but I think maybe he's figured that out as well. Maybe he'll switch up his timing, his movement. We'll see.
Oh, and look at this. He get another open stage here.
That's unfortunate. But then he picked that stage.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Either he picked it or he got random. Who knows?
I mean, if he's gonna pick the same character, he's allowed to pick his own stage. But if he picked an infinite, then that would be an interesting decision. Maybe he has like unlocked some sort of secret tech in his brain, like noticed some fatal flaw in Skywalker's game plan that we haven't noticed yet.
Well, if he has it, he better take advantage of it right now. There you go. Goes for the Dragon Fake stance to follow up here. Yeah, that was a big chance there. Unable to capitalize on the combo damage. Whoa, and Skywalker just tapping at the toes right now.
He looks so comfortable right now. Like even when I look at the camera, he's just like he's totally comfortable right now. I love that. He's like, just another day for me. I think that is like the factor of him just playing with Master Raven a lot is coming in a little bit. Ooh, wasn't quick enough with the whip punish.
Nice, gets the counter hit here. Bobby has a chance, but gets hit by the wall standing forward wake up, and Skywalker taking round number 1 here.
Beautiful, clean, patient. I think that's all the words I associate with Skywalker right now. Clean and patient. Goes in when he needs to. Ooh.
Trying to get the quicksand.
That was a beautiful dodge.
Yeah, I don't know if he purposely did the dodge just for that, but either way, it looked brilliant.
I'll give it to you, Skywalker. Who needs KBD when
He's
you can just slip?
Yeah, there's no backdashes. He's just partying.
Beautiful punish. All right, you got Bobby in the corner in an infinite stage. Only Skywalker can do that.
And right now, he is walking very high in terms of the advantage. 1 round away from closing out their specific match.
Ooh, nice low parry. Where are we going to do with this? Oki? No. Dropped it.
Oh my gosh, he's looking so strong right now.
Yeah,
working on a perfect.
He's not bothered at all right now. All right, Bobby's going to have to make some serious adjustments to try to save this. Nice quicksand. All right, pressure. Rage drive drawn. Now he's going to have to earn this the old-fashioned way without any rage helping him out.
All right, good adjustment in conversion here from Bobby. Gets the pickup, unable to get the follow. And look at that. That was brilliant. Gets the punch parry and the follow-up there.
Those are like missed opportunities right there. Maybe could have gone for like an Oki ender, but Skywalker staying nice and calm and easy and managed to take that just fine for his team.
Yeah, and he was able to score a point there for his team, for the Ivory Coast.
Beautiful. Oh, they're so happy to support their friend.
Yeah.
Let me
All
say.
right. Xiaoling and Akon, of course, left on the team. It's now up to Australia. What's going to happen here?
The decision that they make right now, very crucial. Could make or break how the set goes for them. But yeah,
I'm pretty sure they're going to save Yagami for the third.
that would be for
That's
the
what I'm
best.
thinking about here. However, I don't know if Xiaoling's going to be second or third, or if Akon's going to come up.
But let me say though, all of the things that I heard about Skywalker, let's just say the performance did not do them justice. He is better than the rumors.
Oh,
he
yeah.
is better than the hearsay, fam.
He's definitely a great
That
player.
was so clean. Like I didn't feel like he was out of control for a second. Okay, they're gonna be interviewing him soon enough, I think. All right, well, that was very clean. That was very crisp. Like, I was expecting good law play, but then he just was so in control of everything. All right, back to Tasty Steve now.
Guys, did I not tell you that these guys were special? I have not gotten to see these guys play with my own eyes, and it is such a treat. Man, congratulations. How does it feel to be on this stage, being able to represent your region? Because we've talked about, every time I see you guys, I talk about how I want you guys to be on the stage. I want to see you guys represented. How does it feel?
To be honest, it is the greatest opportunity we have seen so far. Yeah.
That's lovely, man.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, but thank you. Thank you for the opportunity you gave to us.
How comfortable do you feel now? I know these situations are very tense, but how do you feel now? You've gotten games under your belt. You played very well on top of that, and the team seems very, very comfortable right now.
Yeah, sure. It is a responsibility as a captain to play to open the tournament. So I tried and it worked.
Look, that's all I got to say. I would love, go ahead and have a seat back there. You guys get back to the games. Look, there's more games for you guys to see. There's more players on this team, and I'm gonna send it back to the casters so they can take it away.
Thank you, Tasty Steve. Man, that was a great opening game. You know, Skywalker, well said, and you know, you could tell he's just so happy to be here. It's really nice to see that again, having these opportunities. But it's not over yet. That was just game number 1.
Yep. It can all be completely different from here, but like Skywalker's little speech over there, wow, did it resonate with me. Like, I feel like that myself right now being here is just like having that passion for that game, having that skill, that dedication, that experience and all of that. And then when you finally get an opportunity where you can present yourself, present your country, present your character to an international stage, like it can move your heart, honestly. It's like seeing that smile on his face while he's talking. It's like, it moved me. I felt moved, certainly.
Oh, that's great. I mean, Tekken is such a wonderful game, a wonderful community. Being able to see these players from around the world gather and just, you know, bond over a game, this is amazing.
It is beautiful. Like, I'm sure like plenty of games have that same feeling, but man, FGC games just hit different.
Oh yeah.
Tekken just hits different. I'm sure a lot of us just owe so many positive experiences, positive relationships to this beautiful game. And yeah, I'm so happy that this is an opportunity for like so many underrepresented regions to come and show their stuff. That being said, next match incoming. So Skywalker and Bobby have to sit out the remaining matches unless there's a tiebreaker situation now.
Yeah, but the legend Akon coming up for the Ivory Coast. I'm a big fan of his, you know, ever since I think the first time I saw him playing was during the Tag 2 days, seeing his Hwarang and his Lei team. But man, his Lei is something else. I love seeing the pace that he plays at. So he's gonna have his opponent's gonna have his work cut out for him.
Yeah, Lei players are like a rare breed as well.
Oh, he's a all-button controller player. Interesting.
Very interesting. That's a hitbox, no? The mixed
That
box?
is not a hitbox. That is not a mixed box either. That is a completely different configuration from what we're used to seeing. So this is definitely his own concoction.
Oh,
of,
wow.
This not a standard for leverless for sure.
We can do like customs now. I feel so old. Back in my day, you had a stick or a pad, and that's about it. Wow, modern gaming right on display here.
Yeah, we're just making sure the players are ready to go as we go into this. But again, right now, Ivory Coast up 1-0 here over Australia. Australia needs this if they want to keep it close. However, if Ivory Coast is able to take this, it's all on the final boss of Australia, Yagami. Yagami's going to have to take it all the way. And that's a tall order, right?
Yeah, that is an interesting way to put it, because they could win this match, and then that could give them some confidence. But then that still means that the next match is all or nothing.
Yeah.
Regardless, because of the way the point system works.
The team has to all put in the work. That's how it is.
They have to be really careful and really smart with how they send which player, how they pick which character even, how they pick which side, because right now Australia has the right to pick whichever side they want, actually. So they have to use all advantages at their disposal. It's very important, especially with like the money that they're playing for as well.
Oh, you can see the look of stress and fear in his
I love
eyes.
these cams. I love these cams. This should be the standard, fam. Like, I feel like I'm right up there with them, you know? Feeling the stress, feeling the tenseness, or feeling
Well, I don't want to feel stress or tense. I just want to enjoy the game. So you can have that fun. I'm gonna chill over here.
It's like watching a good movie. It's like you're there with the characters and be like, all right, you got this, Chief. I'm rooting for you. I feel your emotions as if they were my own. That being said, though, this is going to be fun for me no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter who wins, who loses. I'm sure we're going to get some great sets out of this, especially since there is a Lei involved as well.
Yeah, and this is just day number 1. There's several more days of Tekken 7 Nations Cup Challenge action, and of course, you know, we still have the Captain's Cup. Everybody's going to have a chance to, you know, win some money this weekend. So that's, or the rest of this weekend. It's going to be amazing.
That's the best part, isn't it? Like, even though we've had like such amazing matches up until now, because we've been keeping track of the matches that have been happening, this is still just day 1. So like a lot of people, you have a lot to look forward to. You think today is great, bro?
Oh, the
it's
jacket's
just gonna
coming off?
wilder.
It's one of those matches?
We're getting serious here.
All right, yeah.
Well, it is Saudi.
It's cold in here, so I hope he doesn't freeze.
I hope so too, but hey, maybe he's missing that after hanging out in the Saudi sun.
That's true. It's kind of blazing out there.
It's basically an oven over here. It's a 50-50 really, like inside you're freezing, outside you're melting.
You're gonna have to learn how to adjust and deal with both, right?
You got to find the middle temperature right here. Okay, so here we have Wheat Bix versus Akon. Akon hovering over the lay like you said he would. And Wheatpix going for the Lydia. Interesting matchup, honestly.
Lydia, one of a new character in Tekken 7. Practitioner of Polish karate. So very, very unique character style for the series.
Yeah, and surprisingly, like very popular as well. Like the character design clearly resonated with a lot of the fan base. I've seen a lot of love for her.
Character-wise, when she came out, obviously in the middle of the pandemic, I feel like she was very, very popular early on. Obviously, there were some adjustments made, and I don't really see anyone using her as much anymore.
Oh, definitely. There has been a decline in the Lydia player base, so it is very nice and refreshing to still see her on the main stage. That means that even after all of the adjustments, he chooses to make her work. So that is certainly something you need to consider. He's choosing to make Lydia work.
All right, here we go. This is a race to 2 games. Akon with the lay and Wheatpix with the Lydia.
All right, straight up with the haha step right there. Love to see it.
Oh, yeah. You guys aren't familiar with the ha step. Akon utilizing a cancel for his back turn stance. And he's utilizing it in a way just to create some space between him and his opponent.
Nice. He's like, hits him with the blue stuff right off the bat. It's like, no more shenanigans over here, sir.
But he dropped the combo. That's unfortunate there. Goes for the down 1.
Yeah, those are opportunities. You can't let them slide.
All right, Akon able to clean that up. Get the jitters out here. It takes round number 1.
Nice. This should carry to the wall. Nice. Wall damage. Beautiful.
Nice delay there. He gets the resplat, the follow-up here.
Ooh, beautiful. Very dominating. Now try not to lose a dive lead.
Oh, nice one standing to the follow-up here, looking to close it out, and he gets it with 7 golden letters.
Beautiful. That was very comfortable. He didn't look frazzled in the least in that round. All right.
Oh, yeah, he looks super strong.
Seen line to the end of the tunnel before the tunnel's even ended. We got it. Ooh, beautiful whiff punish there from Akon.
Oh, yeah, I love what I'm seeing here from
I do not think this is going to touch. Oh, it did touch the wall, but he wasn't close enough to convert. Oh, there we go. Wall splat. Just feeding off the Oki situations at the wall. Wow, answers with his own perfect.
Back to back, and of course, using the set, he goes for the special taunt at the very end as well. Akon feeling himself.
Lay players, fam, especially legacy lay players, a special breed, fam.
Oh, yeah.
Always a fun time seeing them.
Oh, he has the wall position. He's on nice done. Knew the second hit was high. Here comes Wheatpix here. Maybe side wall stun, unfortunately.
This stage, I feel like more than this stage and the Noctis stage have like the most crazy side wall situations.
Oh, yeah.
But this stage, you can't even tell where the walls are, honestly, because of the way it's structured.
It's the zombies, I'm telling you. They're messing it up. The walkers.
They're ready to like push people out of the wall instead of dragging them back, fam.
He goes straight to Rage Art. It's going to do a ton of damage here, but is it going to be enough to kill? It might.
I'm not certain, actually.
Oh, no. There is a little
Combo
bit left
scaling.
here.
Yeah.
How's Akon going to deal with cleaning this up here? Lydia does have Rage, but the Razor Rush combo able to land there. You got to watch out for the extra hits.
Yeah, definitely hard to approach Lei when he does the Razor Rush like that. It's got multiple hits, multiple follow-ups and stuff like that. I imagine he must have tried to go in with something, maybe a 4-forward 2, or maybe a jab or something, and got clipped by the Razor Rush.
Oh, yeah.
Very important to play around that, because that's a key move with Lei as well. You're going to see all the Lei players use it every now and again. All right, very good play from Akon, but I would say that the domination in that round was a bit back and forth, honestly. Like, fine, Akon dominated those rounds, but when Wheatpix was on top, he was on top too. It was a tug-of-war match, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, it could have gone either way. I mean, it's going to be a challenge going back into this. I mean, especially with the back-to-back perfects, right?
That was very perfect. Look at the unintentional pun over here. Like a very good message to send over there.
And then here comes Akon firing right back here. Has the perfect control at the wall. Utilizing the crane stance to follow there. Gets that perfect.
Anything you can do, I can do better, Chief. Just like that. Right. I like the little hand movements going on here. We're getting serious now. So, what deliberation do you think could possibly be going through Wheatpix's head? He's getting coaching from his team right now.
I don't think he played too bad that prior game. It's just he has to maybe be a bit more patient. A lot of the stuff that he lost was at the end of the round because he tried to move.
Oh, definitely.
He tried to move. So I feel like if he's able to kind of continue, especially he was playing very sharp. He ducked when he needed to. He got the hits where he needed to. Again, just unfortunately, towards the end of the rounds, he ended up faltering and not guessing right, or he dashed in at the inopportune time, right?
Definitely. It didn't seem like he was unfamiliar with the matchup at all. Like most players might be unfamiliar with the matchup. It seemed like he knew stuff, but ultimately it was moving in at the wrong time, maybe pressing something at the wrong time. That's what did him in. That's how he lost like the last round as well. He stepped into the Razor Rush, or dashed into it rather.
Yeah.
So definitely doable because the rounds that he was dominating, he looked very comfortable as well, just getting his damage in, getting his ducks and stuff like that. It's just a slight adjustment in the strategy, and I think this is definitely very winnable for Team Australia. I see deliberation phase still going on.
Yeah, Akon's like, come on, come at me.
Well, not intimidating in the slightest. Not enough that he's a legacy lay player, fam. He's just got the intimidating aura to him, fam.
Lay players will do that to you. The aura, yeah, they got those.
I love that. Lay players, either they're like the most intimidating people you met or the most whack people you've ever met. There's like no in between.
Yeah.
The two lay player archetypes.
All right, looks like the players are ready to go.
All right. Seems to have gotten adequate coaching from his team, discussing something with the management, TOs. Right, we're going in now. Ladies and gentlemen, what decision do you think Weet-Bix went with? We're gonna change character? We're gonna change stage?
I don't think he did that bad. I'd be hard pressed to think he would change characters here. Maybe the stage pick is probably what was going on in his mind. I feel like, is that Sook? Yeah, it looks like they went to Sook here. Maybe a smaller stage. Does he want the walls more to corner his opponent?
It is a much smaller stage and also a much more consistent stage. It being like a base game stage as well, a lot of people just know how to play around these walls much better as well compared to the Negan stage. So that can definitely help, just closing it out, giving Slay probably less space to move and do what he's doing right now.
Nice. So he goes for the political storm. The follow-up here, and then Akon just chilling.
Ooh, yeah. You gotta do something that hits lower than that, amigo.
Again, another opportunity here. Goes for the drunk.
Akon is just comfortable.
Nice wheel kick follow-up, and then gets the nice poke at the wall. Weet-Bix able to take a round here. And again, he seems like very comfortable with the spacing against Slay.
Yeah, like once again proving that an unfamiliarity with the matchup is clearly not the problem. I think it's just all about timing and all about just placing your moves correctly, just like that.
Oh, yeah,
got the counter at the right time.
Yeah, second hit counter, but misses the 3-hit string at the wall.
The sidewall scenario is coming in for clutch.
Oh, now he's doing such a great job here. Akon's in trouble. Akon is definitely in trouble here. Weet-Bix doing such a great job.
Right.
Ooh, second hit again.
Beautiful.
Maybe it's Akon that maybe is unfamiliar with the character matchup.
That would be certainly something. I imagine with a lot of layer players, they don't feel the need to really play around the other character or rather than just play their own character, you know what I mean? At least with most layer players I know, they just assert their own tools instead of having to learn the other person's tools. Is that what's happening here?
We'll see. I mean, right now he hasn't been raged. He's looking to close it out. He should be able to. Getting the perfect. And again, going for the taunt one more time. Weet-Bix. How are we going to deal with this?
All right, nice. We're just really playing around with the spacing over here. Seems very comfortable with the range on his moves because he's just throwing stuff out and is, I guess, not afraid to get whip punished for it. Going to the wall now, though.
Yep, big combo, nice. Oh, he went for the low, but no launch.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, he could have done a wall standing 3+4 there.
Right.
Second hit, able to land one more time. Akon is getting beat by a lot of these strings, and this time the parry finally works.
Clutch parry right there. Oh, and went over the get-up kick.
And just like that, he has tied things up here. One game apiece. Weet-Bix on the scoreboard right now. And his team's probably telling him, you had this ever since the start.
Prop him up,
Stop choking, you got this.
Don't worry about it, Chief. Just keep doing what you're doing. That was beautiful. That was like a great move, honestly. Like maybe it was not planned, but like jumping over the get-up kick like that potentially spared like a counter hit launch from that, and just being able to continue his momentum from that. That was underrated play, honestly. I'm not entirely sure if it was intentional, but hey, it happened. All right, now the whole team coming forward to talk to Akon about this. Be like, we can't do the leg gimmicks anymore. Might have to switch it up a bit, homie.
Yeah. Skywalker offering some words of advice here. You can see some of the action that just happened in the previous game.
Nice.
Weet-Bix obviously ended up tying things up here. Akon was fighting for it, but, you know, unfortunately, Weet-Bix had an answer for almost everything.
That's the moment I was talking about. Unintentionally was a really huge moment, being able to deny the counter hit from the get-up kick and continue the pressure. It was very well played by Weet-Bix over there. And his team obviously very hype about that. They got their homie backed up, just like that. That's what I love about team matches, like seeing the player dynamics, interplayer dynamics. Love to see that. All right.
Looks like the players are getting ready to go here. This is a decisive final game between these two players, between Akon and Weet-Bix.
Now, if you were Akon, how would you be feeling about how that last match went?
Obviously, I'd be a little bit disappointed. I feel like there's a lot of things TEKKEN hasn't really utilized in the matchup so far. You know, there's not a lot of race. Man, we have an open stage again.
Oh, wow.
They're all coming up. But I feel like he hasn't really tested his opponent. You know, he hasn't gone for throws. He's only gone for the Razor Rush mix-ups and then kind of waiting for whiff punishes, right? So I feel like TEKKEN should test him a little bit more with his wild options.
Yeah. Try to get into like the really niche stuff with Lei. I think that could be where he gets his victory in the end. I think he opted for the infinite, correct?
Yeah, he picked it.
Yep. I guess he wants that more space. So the Souk pick was probably a very good idea, actually. Has more space to play around with move ranges and whatnot. Yeah, seems very much in his element, but nah.
Yeah, Weedbix obviously knew the range there too. Going for the wall standing too, that was big. But he missed the last hit of the combo. Delayed it a little bit too much.
Nice, good punish.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful. He's,
Round 2.
Weedbix just coming in with the momentum from the last match, it seems like. He seems pretty confident himself. Alright, doing some stand shenanigans. Beautiful whiff punish.
Yeah, he was out of range there, but able to make it still work against the wall standing 2 launch. The follow-up here. Weedbix with a slight life lead here, but TEKKEN not too far off.
No, it's very smart what Weedbix is doing right now, that he's just backing off and making the Lei player come to him.
Uh-oh.
Because
he's making him come to him, yeah, for real.
That is much smarter because Lei has a harder time on approach than he does when the opponent just comes to his stances.
Yeah.
It's very smart play
Run
from
into
Weedbix.
my big self. Oh, this time landing the Tiger 2-2, the follow-up here.
All right, nice.
All right, TEKKEN able to get some damage, but he goes straight into Tiger.
Oh, beautiful. There's like some next level sort of spacing mind games going on over here. I was about to say he missed an opportunity for Oki, but nope. He just wanted his opponent to come run into the Tiger stance.
Oh, and he's gonna be dead.
Clutch.
That's unfortunate. Ooh. The big old rage drive able to land it just like that. Weedbix 1 round away from taking this match.
One round away from making it even. And he's playing super confident. It's totally believable to me that he could take this as a clean sweep. TEKKEN, it's now or never for your team.
Oh, big counter hit. Follow up here, looking to close things out.
Nice.
Last hit, Sparkles.
Gets the ender. Ooh, he's just asserting dom. He's not even waiting for a second. No hesitation whatsoever from Weedbix.
He does have a good lead as well. TEKKEN's gonna have to be careful how he approaches here.
Yeah, Weedbix, be careful, you don't want to run in. Oh no, you were playing it smart earlier, bro. Like, you make the Lei player come to you. And whipping a big move like 4-4-3, like, yeesh.
Uh-oh. Looking for that chance here, has him in the red. Watch out for that rage drive.
Either player just needs like one good hit to take this.
Wow, went for the hop kick to close things out, but TEKKEN ready for it, able to get the punish.
Nice,
2 rounds to 1.
He's still alive. He's still alive. He can take this. Don't you worry. All right, going in, asserting his mix-ups, using his favorite moves. Ooh.
Wow, this is looking really good for TEKKEN right now. Great way to thread the needle there with the Tiger 2-2.
Yeah,
Looking to close it out. One more hit can do it here. Maybe take it to the final round.
Perfect.
Oh, look at that. We are going to a final round.
Just like that. Like, entry match. Final round right off the bat. Oh, wait, no. It's mid-match. My bad.
Oh, he went for the rage sweep there. But gets
Beautiful.
picked up. Weedbix coming back.
Beautiful float combo there. I didn't even know you could do that. Oof. Nice. Tries to get a grounded hit there. All right. Down one. Hell sweep attempt.
Oh, yeah. It's all starting to hit here. Weedbix having a huge lead now. TEKKEN's going to have to be careful. Oh, he tried to get him again.
All right, now play the smart, Chief. Play the smart. You don't want to lose to a random mix-up. Well placed. Well placed. Oh, they're popping off. The team pop off. You love to see it.
Oh, yeah. And look at that. His team obviously cheering him on. Weedbix getting a game on the scoreboard for Team Australia. Now they're tied up 1 game apiece. 1 point each for each side.
TEKKEN definitely looking disappointed there.
Yeah, and it's now going to come down to Xiaoling and Yagami for the boss battle. And they're going to have to be playing each other in a race to 3 games.
Yeesh. This is definitely, this is going to be a jaw clencher for sure. Because whoever wins this just takes it. There is no potential whatsoever for a tiebreaker match.
Yeah.
It's now or never.
And I wonder who Yagami's going to utilize going into the matchup. Are we going to see the power of Feng Wei versus Xiaoling again with his Master Raven? Or are we going to see Kunimitsu? Because Yagami's been known to utilize quite a number of characters, especially the strong characters.
That can be a very good advantage in any tournament, personally, to have multiple characters and multiple characters who have strong moments too. But Yeah, but as you can see over here, we're going over the highlights from the last match. All right. Akon was very good at using like the key lay moves to get some damage in, but Wheatbix, he held on firm, did not let the matchup rattle him one bit. He was ready, and he knew when to apply his advantages when the time came. So we're seeing all the perfects now, but this is the clutch moment, really.
Yeah, it was all about the clutch and make sure you get the hits where they count.
Of course, of course. Yeah.
All right, we're going to throw it over to Tasty Steve.
Well, finally, we have a 1-1 situation here after the first 2 matches. That one there, the Wheatbix taking it over Akon. Maybe people there was a lot of questions there as well. Wheatbix, you know, a new, relatively unknown player to the global Tekken scene. Akon, a bit of an old school legend there. But that was a very crazy back and forth. And that first match as well was Skywalker versus Bobby. Man, let's talk about that, man. How are you guys feeling about these first 2 matches?
Man, so Skywalker versus Bobby, we were talking about it, watching the matches. You know, obviously Skywalker has his teammate, Zhao Ling, right there so he obviously has experience with the character dealing with the Master Raven, and it showed. Just a clean 2-0, seemed fully in control, was dealing with a lot of the Master Raven moveset, never seemed uncomfortable.
They say fighting games are a conversation in the match, right?
Yeah.
That was Skywalker telling them, I understand how to play against Master Raven.
Yep.
You saw 3 things: speed, pressure, control. He did not give Bobby an opportunity to get any momentum started. He did a great job of shutting down or mitigating any damage from rage, whether it was panic, rage drive, whatever. He stuck like him on, I mean, the result says everything, right? He was literally just playing at a very fast speed, was willing to pressure him, put him in awkward situations, and it put Bobby in situations where he showed some misfires.
Yeah, and it was like a, what was it, first round, just run up stomp, I think, just setting the tone for the match from the word go, right?
And as the set, you know, and as the sets went on too, using more and more of Law's toolkit in situations where Bobby was obviously flustered, and, it just paid off.
And I mentioned while we were watching, I think it might be arguable, but I think Skywalker might be top 3 lays in the world.
Laws, yeah, 100%. I agree with you there. And, you know, the way he played that matchup was perfect because Raven is the kind of character that can outpoke you, but also, you know, apply those 50-50s. And I think Bobby was trying to apply those 50-50s, but having that long-range mid back 4 homing, he used it so many times. And as you said, Margin Bomber, he stuffed out the rage drives as well whenever Bobby wanted to try and throw that out to get that comeback. Just didn't really let Bobby play the game, man. Skywalker, so calm after he won as well. And then that second match, guys, that second match was a very close one. So we have a 1-1 situation now. What do you make of Wheatbix's performance?
You're the lay player.
I mean, dude, that was sick. As somebody that plays lay, right? That whole set from start to finish showed a lot about what you can learn from playing lay, and then the other side of that was, as the set went on, very basic ideas on how to think about the lay matchup. If you're a beginner or an intermediate at this game and you're confused by this character, watch that set and watch what Wheatbix did. That was textbook. Because as much as Akon started out the set by utilizing what, in my opinion, what's the coolest thing about watching him play is that movement, especially at the far range. Even though it's a character, I mean, we were talking about this earlier. That's the oldest player on that team. Maybe there's some unfamiliarity with the Lydia matchup. But with the way he plays, utilizing Lay's movement, especially at far out ranges, you saw a lot of back turn, you saw a lot of hoo-hoo stepping, you saw a lot of these stance cancels that didn't really even lead to anything. But what it's doing is it's saying to the other player, hey, how patient are you? Are you willing to run into this and play my game? Because if so, I'm going to be looking, I'm an opportunist. I'm looking for these whip punish opportunities you're going to give me. I'm looking for these opportunities to float you and convert that into damage. Then I'm going to run the Zubux Oki. Then I'm going to put you in some mix-ups. But then on Wheatbix's side, I mean, that second game, he got wall control. He just, like you said, started just throwing the whole move list at him. See how familiar you are with this character that I'm playing. And then from there, it went to the last game where you saw now Wheatbix is playing that tug and war. Okay, you want to go off and back off? You want to start dancing and stuff like that? I'll wait. Yeah. You're going to have to approach me.
I wrote 2 notes here when I was watching this set. I feel like the story of that set started with, hey, does Wheatbix know Lay? And it ended with, wait, does Akon know Lydia?
Exactly, yeah.
And then the second one was that last Infinite stage, that was Akon's pick to try to control the pace, and Wheatbix used it against him.
Yeah, I feel like in that situation, when it came down to the final match, Wheatbix understood that he needed to play offense. Maybe he realized that in certain situations, the Akon wasn't really familiar with the Lydia matchup. But also, if you're not yourself familiar with a matchup, maybe he had some trouble with the lay, as you mentioned, Margin Bomber. But you know, you can play offense in that situation, right? Play offense. If you don't know how to play against a character, don't play defensive. You don't know what to defend against, right? So it turned into a little bit of a brawl at the end. It was a close game. It was a very close final game there, and Weebix did end up taking it, but, you know, offense actually worked for him.
And there were a couple points, too, that I want to point out with him that show maybe he was familiar. He challenged Akon in several points where he went for frame deficit stance transitions to try to take advantage of some confusion or hesitation.
Expecting him to freeze up.
Exactly, and Weebix was ready with the answer every time. No momentum for you. The other thing was there were a couple misfires on Akon's side. He had a few big whiff punish opportunities that he, you know, just couldn't quite convert or made a misjudge an error. But the big word, capital P, patience. Weebix, okay, I got a life lead. Go dance, do your thing, man. I'll wait for you.
Yeah, 100%. But that means our boss match is going to be Yagami going up against Xiaoling. This is going to be it. And this match decides the winner of the set, because finally we have a 1-1 situation. So let's go over to the stage to complete this set.
Much appreciated there, Spag. We're back from the analyst table, and now we're heading into our boss match, our definitive final match for this team set.
Oh yeah, there's no possible tie here. It all comes down to this. It's going to be a race to 3, and Xiaoling is picking Xiaoyu. Yagami is picking Kunimitsu.
Wow, I think that's a smart decision. I think that's a very smart decision from Xiaoling, because they have Bobby on their team, right? And they've proved basically that we have Master Raven experience. You don't know if they have Xiaoyu experience. So I think it's good to like throw out the Xiaoyu first and test the waters, because this is going to be a first to 3 because it's a boss match.
Yeah, and I think for both of these players, it's good to experiment with another character going into it. Because, again, it's an extended set. You have an extra game to play around if you need to.
Yes.
See what works first off.
So I think it's a very smart decision to be able to use the Xiaoyu right off the bat and see how they respond to it.
I mean, you're going to need everything you can get going up against Kunimitsu. This character is a problem.
This character is a beast. All right, we're going to go into this immediately. Xiaoyu versus Kuni. Xiaoling versus Yagami. All right. So far, just poking, keeping the neutral, keep no momentum sighted just yet.
And that move there, then Xiaoyu has the down back too. Such a great tool here to be able to kind of create openings and opportunities for
That was a great frame trap by Xiaoling. Got the counter hit right off that and was able to capitalize.
Yeah.
Up to Yagami to try to answer back somehow. Nice.
Yagami has to deal with this life deficit now. How is he going to get in? You know, early on he was utilizing the set.
That was a good step, but didn't really go for any sort of punish. I guess he didn't feel like the jab would have reached me, because the thing about Xiaoyu as a character, she has a stance called Art of Phoenix that makes her go really low to the floor. It can be hard to whiff punish her on certain moves.
Oh yeah, there's no time here. He's going to have to utilize something here to make things work. Goes for the Rage Art, going to have it hit. Time is frozen here. Obviously, he's going to be doing damage, but he has to do a quick mix-up because he only has 5 seconds after this.
Yep. Most probably will go for a set mix-up just so he can close the distance.
Either set low, set hesitation into launch.
Just like that.
Oh, he went for the wall side into door, not aim. Oh my gosh, it's not going to work.
That was very smart decision there from Xiaoling to delay the wake-up. That's a very underrated option in most situations, actually. Because your opponent's always going to be thinking about Oki when you're on the floor. A lot of people don't want to delay their wake-up. A lot of people just want to get up immediately because, oh no, I'm going to get hit. But delaying your wake-up is such an underrated option, because look at that. Like, Yagami couldn't land a single hit on him, and then he could just get up calmly and go about the match and win it.
Oh, goes for the grab, able to land it successful here. Yagami with the early lead.
All right. Both players using like key tools from the characters. Xiaoling slowly chipping away at Yagami. Alright. Playing it really small. We're just playing small Tekken right now. Just out neutraling the other person, landing your small folks. He knew about that situation.
Rain dance, follow up.
This should be the round. Yep.
Yeah.
That should definitely be the round.
That's unfortunate. He hit him nice and clean there with the back turn 4, able in the combo in the Rage Yard, and just like that, 2 rounds for Xiaoling. That was a long round.
Yeah, like both rounds have been like really long. They're just taking their time. I noticed like the previous match, both players were like very aggressive, like controlled aggression. These two are very controlled defense, I think. They're just taking their time with this, no rush whatsoever.
Oh yeah, oh, gets with the stab on the foot. Yagami doing a great job here in round number 3.
Gets him with the power crush. Beautiful dunk.
Yeah.
Ready for that 100%.
Definitely locked and loaded, ready to go. Yagami finally on the scoreboard here now. 2 rounds to 1. Let's see if he's able to continue with that momentum.
Beautiful.
He gets the launch on the back turn.
Beautiful use of Cat 3 right there. Very good move with Kunimitsu. And now he's got him at the wall. Shaoling's got to think on his feet. And that's exactly what he did. Got to his feet and thunk.
Oh, yeah. Again, he's trying to test him here with the down forward one string, the follow-up, and the pressure. Right now, Yagami with the life lead. He could have done something right there.
Ooh,
I thought that was countered.
Yeah, you got to pull the trigger. Because that's natural on hit as well, not even just counter hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. 10th string. Follow up here into the down back 2 into the grab. Able to land one more, he can do it, and there it is.
Got him with the Oki. Very good. That is a very good, the 1+2 grab from Xiaoyu gives you a very good Oki situation. As Xiaoyu as a character, she is basically based around Okizeme, as in the art of hitting your opponent when they're trying to get off from the ground.
Yeah.
And just like that, utilized it correctly and managed to get the first match.
So Xiaoling making that Xiaoyu pick pay off early on. Now Yagami's gonna have to kind of think about this as he goes into it. We know Yagami has other characters up his sleeve. He could use a little bit of Feng Wei, Steve, but I wonder who he's gonna utilize in this particular counter pick situation where he has another opportunity.
I think Feng could be a very good option. Just in the current state of Tekken 7, Feng is just like a good, safe option.
Oh, yeah.
So I would not fault him at all if he went straight to Feng. And that can be a difficult matchup for Xiaoyu as well. And here we're seeing some highlights from the previous match as well. Like what I was talking about, the delayed wake-up, very underrated option, especially at high-level Tekken. It really messes up with your opponent's timing to get like extra hits on you. And just like that, he took it with the throw that gave him free Oki.
Yeah, and able to put it all together there. Looking really strong here, Xiaoling out to a 1-0 lead here in what is the final set between these two players, or these two teams.
I love that. I feel like we got to see a lot of Xiaoling in that match specifically.
Oh, yeah.
We got to see a lot of like character knowledge that he's applying in like Oki situations, but we see a lot of like experience knowledge as well, like a lot of legacy knowledge with the delayed wake-ups, with the situations and whatnot. Oh, and we've decided to stick with the Kunimitsu for now.
Yeah, into an open stage. We're in the Infinite Azure 2.
All right, yeah. Maybe that could make a huge difference as well, because Kunimitsu's backdash is also very good.
Her movement in general is just insane.
Is good movement, so that can be very helpful utilizing it around Xiaoyu. It creates some whiff punish opportunities. Speaking of whiff punish opportunities.
Right out the gate, right?
Yeah. Love them some whiff punish opportunities. Yagami is trying to set that up, but Xiaoling's got your number too. Like, I got those too, don't you worry. All right, going back to neutral. We're just taking our time. These two players just totally interplaying the slow game with each other.
Okay, gets the follow-up here, looking to get more damage here, but here comes Yagami.
Beautiful. Are we gonna go for an Oki? Yes. Goes for the max damage ender, actually. All right, what will be Xiaoling's response to this? Actually, he can just back off. He still has the life lead. Let's do that.
Uh-oh. Raccoon swing. Gets the rage drive here. Unfortunately, no wall nearby. Can't continue, but a big sweep.
All right. One more hit for either person can do this.
Oh, and the down forward one pressure. Able to land Xiaoling another round under his belt.
Yep, down forward one, super good move on Xiaoyu. Can go under like a lot of highs in the game as well. It's just a very good mid. Can go into back turn where she has a lot of other move options as well. Definitely, Xiaoyu players be using this move more often. All right, but Yagami going in. He's asserting dominance in this match.
Oh, he's doing such a great job here this round. His round to lose, really, but Yagami able to take that, tying it up on rounds.
Good idea to go for the power crush there. I think a lot of players in the low life lead, they just are really eager to press and try to get the momentum back. Power crush is good option if your character is a good one too.
Oh yeah, and Kunimitsu has honestly one of the best.
Yep.
If it's still splat by the wall, it'd be even better.
Yep. It was even better before it got nerfed now, but still very viable option. It's only -13, so you're not even going to die for hitting it, so might as well throw it out. Why not? Right.
Oh, great step, but not fast enough to interrupt.
Yep. That was very crucial interrupt, because if he didn't interrupt there, he would have been launched for a combo, and then he'd be trying to figure out how to get the life lead back.
Oh, again with the down back 2, the pressure. Xiaoling wants this game. He wants to be able to put it into a great situation to be able to move on.
Even the trades have them going back to neutral. That's their favorite place to be, it seems like.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, most comfortable, just, ooh. Speaking of which, All right.
Oh, here we
Interesting
go.
Combo. This looks like an Oki combo
And
right
think
here.
about the time left, too. There's no time.
All right, guys. I know you all love just
Round
dancing
4.
around each other, but you might have to consider if you want to win this, you're gonna have to speed it up.
Yeah, you need to start making things count early on.
I think they heard us. They're just going straight in now.
I mean, the tempo of the song is getting faster, too. You got to move. Let's get going.
Now it comes down to this for this game. Ooh, gets in with the last hit on the string. Lots of people don't really see that coming. It's kind of unsafe to throw out, but he took a risk and it worked out.
Oh, and the orbital. The up four, able to close that out with the taunt at the very end. And look at that.
Oh, he's
Xiaoling is
smiling.
smiling. He's all smiles.
He's smiling. He's feeling himself. I see you, fam. I see you. I've been enjoying your Xiao Yu, fam. I want to see that more often. That's some fun Xiao Yu play. It's like a really good mix between like playing it simple and then going into the character-specific shenanigans and whatnot.
Yeah, Yagami has to be thinking because like this puts him into a very difficult situation. Whatever character he picks going into this now, he's going to be stuck with that entire character. He has to win 3 straight games.
Yep, gotta marry that character basically. A big ass commitment he's making over there. All right, going through the highlights again. Very interesting that Xiaoling over here went with that string. It is very dangerous to have that string block, but he took a chance and it worked out for him. He got like a lot of damage from that, and orbital, very nice, safe option to
All
close around.
smiles.
Is very happy about that orbital.
Yeah, Team Australia definitely has to get things together here. They got to cheer on their boy Yagami. I mean, he has a chance here. It's just a tall order, 3 games straight.
Yes. It's very important that he take his time, probably. Like, if they use a timeout, that would be a good option. Just, you have to think about it. I think a character change would be the best solution, personally. I don't think he's getting a lot of mileage from the Kunimitsu pick.
Well, we'll see. Did he pick? No, he's going to stick to Kunimitsu. We are going to the Mishima Dojo as well.
All right. Maybe he knows something I don't. All right. I'm looking forward to see it. I would love if he made the run back, honestly. Prove me wrong, Yagami. I believe in you.
Yeah, I always want to see more Tekken.
Of
Bring it
course.
on. Let's go.
Let's go. I don't want it to end so soon. Party's just getting started.
All right, here we go. Xiaoling just on a tear right now.
So we went from an infinite stage to one of the smallest stages in the game. Perhaps that's what he's thinking. He's thinking, I need to give less space to Xiaoling to do stuff. And then the wall being there certainly helps as well. It buffs the rage drive of Kunimitsu by default.
Yeah. Nice, gets a guaranteed follow-up from the side step. Let's see what happens here.
Flying mix-ups. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good punish there. Alright. Oh, we're just going in.
Wow, and that last round was just so dominant there.
Yeah.
Wonder what changed in the way that Yagami approached.
Sees light at the end of the tunnel. Must have noticed something. Maybe it was giving them less space. Less hesitation. So you got to be ready to apply your own character mix-ups, your own character moves as well.
Nice punish there, gets the knockdown. Pushing towards the wall, gets the bounce. This is huge.
Nice.
Xiaoling.
And then the angle as well. He's just going to end up back at another wall. Beautiful. Gets him with the last hit. And doesn't get the follow-up though.
Oh, this is a big chance. Yagami, this is going to be very important. Probably the most important part. Oh, he gets unblockable. The charge, the follow-up. Let's see what he does. Oh, and that was it. He went for the huge wrist there with that big sweep.
He did the taunt. I love it. Oh my god, Xiaoling feeling himself. Xiaoling is not intimidated at all. He lost a round, but he's like, nah, I got this. If he has the time to throw out a taunt, he feels he's got this, for sure. Yagami, gotta pull out all the stops, homie.
Oh. Nice, back 2.
Nice. Oh, you could have whip punished that. You have to be ready, especially like big whips like that.
I mean, sometimes you're just so focused on the defensive mindset, you forget to go in like full throttle.
Oh yeah, definitely. If there's one thing both of these players have proven to us is that their defense is top-notch.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
It's now or never now. You need to bring out the offense, homie.
Here comes Xiaoling, looking to take another round. Starting to land these hits. You have to be careful. Yagami puts him into rage.
All right, nice.
Oh, this is, oh my god. If he gets the wall, it might be it. It should be it.
He's getting the wall, definitely. Oh, I guess he doesn't even need the wall.
Did not need it.
Round 4.
Here we go.
Fight.
Set point for the group stage.
Yeah, potentially last chance for Yagami. Oh, that is a very awkward situation when you break that throw. Against most characters, they don't have a lot of backturn options, but against Xiao Yu, both of them are in the mix-up at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary. You got to be ready. Right now, Xiaoling looking to close things out here. Yagami starting to pressure. or maybe fall to the pressure. But a big counter hit from the set. Oh, and then the
the
side wall.
wall.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, another chance.
All right, no. Very smart conversion over there, squeezing out extra damage from the wall splat.
Oh, and he gets him with the range drive again. That might be enough. That should be it.
Ooh, gets him with the Death Fist in the end. And gets him with the taunt just to seal the deal. We're looking really happy about things, aren't we, Xiaoling?
Gotta give it up, Xiaoling. Being the boss for the team, able to take it, and the Ivory Coast will be taking that big dub in the set.
Yep, final score being 3-1. It was much closer than I would have anticipated, definitely, but I prefer it that way. Two underrepresented regions, and they're bringing it like neck to neck. Huge fan. I feel like all the players definitely got to show a lot of themselves today.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Australia, they did not get the set win. However, they will get some points. They did win a game here.
Oh, definitely. That's all definitely gonna...
That's still gonna count.
Yep.
In some way, but again, you gotta win these sets too.
So here we are, the entry match with the Skywalker versus Bobby. Skywalker, of course, showing a very dominant performance with Lei, just taking his opportunities where he can, but also knowing not to overextend and back off when he needs to. Just honestly, yeah, I think this might be one of the best law players I've ever seen in my life, high key. I don't throw that around like easily. And then here we have Weet-Bix versus Akon.
Yeah, Weet-Bix was really showcasing. He lost early on, but he was able to make a nice series of comebacks and really showcase his dominance in the particular matchup against Lei.
Very good adaptation from Weet-Bix.
Oh, yeah.
And like Majin said, this is a very good learning opportunity for anybody witnessing as well. For both of these characters, we're seeing a lot of different tactics on display. Certainly a learning opportunity, not just for the players, but for anyone else who's watching, including us.
Oh, yeah.
Huge learning opportunity.
And he called it out too. You know, Majin Wam mentioned that he had that patience. He had that key patience that he needed. And this was, of course, the last particular match between the two players. We had Xiaoling and we had Yagami.
Right.
Look at that. He's feeling
what
himself.
What a personality. I love that. I want to see more of you, homie. You are just a delight to see. All right, we'll be cutting to the studio right about now.
I think maybe 2 questions, maybe 2 or 3 questions. Sorry, I didn't even know he was up. How you guys doing out there? Hopefully you enjoyed the matches that you just saw. Man, Ivory Coast taking it this time around. And let me just say, Xiaoling, once again, it's a pleasure to see you play in a competitive nature. But I have a couple of questions, and the first question is, now that you are representing your country, you're getting to represent it with your countrymen, your training partners. And I've been asking this question a lot because this is a new feeling. How does it feel to be on this stage representing where you're from?
Okay, I am very happy to represent my country. It is a very great opportunity for my country and for Africa. So I'm very happy.
Especially for Tekken, I like that.
صحيح كان السؤال اللي قبل شوي انه كيف شعور اللاعب وهو يقدر يمثل منتخبه. كانت الاجابه صحيح انه فخر عالي انه يقدر يمثلها ويمثل حتى برضو في المنتخبات وقاره افريقيا كامله. اداء اسطوري قدموا لنا اياه فعلا يستاهل الانتصار في المستوى العالي اللي شفناه قبل شوي.
Next question. You guys have a very kind of unique group of characters. You got Lei, you got Ling, and then you still have like a master, like the characters that you have, like, talk to me about, do you feel like that affects your chances here? Do you think that it affects it in a positive way?
Okay, I like a character like Lei, Master Raven, and Xiao Yu, evasive character. I prefer evasive character. So, well.
صحيح كانت الإجابة قبل شوي. السؤال كان إن شلون بيقدرون يلعبون في هذه المنافسة رغم أن اختياراتهم للشخصيات كانت غريبة، وهل بتأثر على فرصهم للفوز في هذه المنافسة؟ كانت إجابته أن لا، أنه عندهم الثقة العالية، عندهم اختيارات مختلفة زي شخصية لي، حتى برضو شاو يو. فعلا الاختيارات اللي كانت عندهم مميزة ولعبهم فيها مميز أكثر برضو.
The last question. I wanted to ask you, now that you have had this experience versus all these other characters, do you feel like you want to add more characters to your roster? Because you play a very, very strong game. Are you committed to these characters? Will we ever see you switch? This is just a personal question I would like to know, because you're a good player, and we might not see her in the next game. We might not see your character the next, those are the kind of things. Do you feel like you might switch up? Do you want to try out other characters?
Okay, it is a great opportunity. So it represents more experience for me and for my teammates. I think so. I want to participate more competition, international competition. So it's very, very beneficial for me and for us, for my country, for Africa, for somebody.
كانت السؤال قبل شوي انه كيف ممكن انه يقدر يلعب برضو بالشخصيات المحدده بالنسبه له، هل راح نشوفه يغير او انه خلينا نقول يحترف ويتغير بشخصيات غير؟ لان غالبا ما راح نشوف الشخصيات اللي هو اختارها في المباريات الجايه، فكانت اجابته انه راح يبذل جهد اكبر باذن الله، في حال انه احتاج راح يغير، لكن عدا ذلك راح يستمر باللعب الامثل، وهذا اللي راح ياثر في المباراه. مستوى اسطوري مره ثانيه. اعزائي المشاهدين، اعطونا التحيه لمنتخب ساحل العاج.
Congratulations on the victory. That'll be all for me. You can head backstage, man. Thanks once again, man. I appreciate the talk. Well, these matches are getting intense. You can tell these guys are getting to the end of it, but even more so, just the fact how tight the competition is. It's not been an easy win nowhere around this.
بالضبط، هذا اللي شفناه قبل شوي. مباراة كانت أسطورية، لكن بعد شوي راح ننتقل الحين إلى الاستوديو التحليلي نتكلم في تفاصيل المباراة ونرجع لكم في المباراة اللي بعدها.
Well, congratulations, Ivory Coast, man. And a lot of people have been talking about the Ivory Coast as being potentially one of the teams to really upset a lot of people and get into that top 8. And, you know, they're looking good, guys. They're looking very good.
Yeah, I agree, Spag. I think they're one of these like dark horse picks.
Yeah.
You know, just because of they're entertaining to watch is the fun part, right? Like the character selection is really a bunch of like weird kind of oddball power characters. But the big thing to me is like, first of all, let's get this out the way. Australia, that's a young cut of players out of Australia. There's not, you know, they don't have that experienced player in that group, but they play a lot with each other and they play really hard, and it's good that they're getting this kind of experience. Both of these teams really being able to get this kind of international competitive experience like this overseas is good for both of these teams in different ways, in different contexts, right? Coming from Australia, coming from Ivory Coast. That said, the Ivory Coast, shout out to those guys, man. They are lame as hell because you called it. Like with the way that Xiaoling played that boss battle. Talk to him.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Australia, young players, maybe don't have a lot of experience. That being said, Yagami, what the heck was up with that Infinite Stage Game 2 pick? The Game 1, Xiaoling with the Ling Xiaoyu was running away so much, playing super defensive, forcing Yagami to come to him and capitalizing on the mistakes. I think maybe he hyper-focused on the end of a couple of those rounds where some weird stuff was happening near the walls and just wanted to get rid of it and wasn't paying attention to the fact that Xiaoling was making it so hard for Yagami to come in on him. So you go to Infinite Stage Game 2, it's a more of the same, and then you try to salvage it by going to Mishima Dojo Game 3, and I feel like maybe it was too little too late at that point.
Yeah, 100%. You know, in the first game, 2 rounds up, Xiaoling was 2 rounds up, and then after that, Yagami started to play a bit more offensive, and I guess it worked. He got the round on the board.
Yes.
I guess he just didn't notice that approach, that more offensive approach was working. The Infinite Stage usually is where you want to go if you're the Kunimitsu player, right? The Kunimitsu having really good movement, having really good space control. But like you said, Bloodhawk, in that situation, the defensive game was not working, and I guess it was too little too late, right?
Yeah, it's like Xiaoling was just willing to out-turtle him for most of that set. And like we had a couple of time overs or close to time over situations where Xiaoling kind of outplayed him and was really smart about dealing with the timer. And
Xiaoling told you from jump that first game, right? Yeah. I am a master of space and time.
Yep.
And so when you go to that infinite stage like that, and in the second game, it just it says maybe like I wasn't listening to your end of the conversation in that game, you know?
And I think that's why he opted for the Ling instead of the Xiaoyu, because he didn't want to be the aggressor.
Instead of the Raven,
yeah, he just wanted to turtle up. He wanted to get in the show.
Yeah, 100%, man. But can we talk about Xiaoling a little bit here as well, man? Like, again, is it going to be Arcadia MVP of the match? I mean, this guy played super, super solid. And we haven't even seen his Raven yet. I mean, this is one of his characters. This shows how strong he is.
We saw it in the selector match.
We did, actually, yes. We saw it in the selector match. But it just goes to show why this man was playing in the boss situation there, man. He has the Raven in the back pocket. He has the Ling as well. Depending on the situation, he can bring out either and play at the highest level. Yeah, it was really, really well played. And that's a guy to look out for. If you're going to be if you're in the same pool as the Ivory Coast, Xiaoling is someone you need to get rid of quickly.
Yeah, UK and Thailand should be on notice right now for this team.
Sure. Yeah, this is a competitive group, man. This is gonna be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, Ivory Coast taking it, man. And you know, Bloodhawk, you said that this was your pick to potentially make it to top 4. So it's looking good. It's looking good.
Yep. I mean, maybe Akon got to clean it up a little bit, but Xiaoling and Skywalker are pulling their weight.
Hey, bro, it's past his bedtime.
Maybe.
He got some sleep in his eye. You know, give him a minute.
But I will say, like, as that last match was happening, I was talking about how impressed I am by Skywalker and Xiaoling for how young they are. They play like they have like 10 years of extra experience on their.
I'm glad you got that off before we transition, because like when we were talking about it off camera, that's true. Even though these players are younger, they played with again, that P word, patience.
Yep.
They play with the patience and the ability to come up with a game plan, stick to it, and execute it.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, these guys play like old men. It's crazy. But that just goes to show, right? We've known about the Ivory Coast team for a very long time. The guys down there have been running tournaments, running really good tournaments, by the way, big majors, and showing off the talent with exhibitions as well. So we've known how strong they are, but we're finally getting to see our international competition. I mean, I agree with you. I mean, Margin, do you think this is also a team that can go up into that top 4, top 3 situation?
Like I said, man, they're that dark horse pick to me. We talk about this group, dude. UK, Thailand, Ivory Coast, and Australia. I think the Thailand set is going to be a tough one for them.
Yeah. It's not all, for me, it's not all doom and gloom for Australia. They lost this one, but cleaning up a little bit, you know, pay attention to your strategy a little bit better, and you could potentially take wins over UK and Thailand and still get out of this group.
And again, getting into the winner's side, the upper bracket, is so vital as well. I feel like, you know, everyone is fighting for that spot, because it means also you have extra money as well, right? Because you made it into the upper side. So they're on course right now. They are definitely on course. But yeah, that was an amazing match there. Again, Australia not out of it. You know, that was the closest set that we've had, the closest match that we've had so far. So Australia, let's see if they can bring it back. But before that, we are going to be going on a short break. And when we return, we have an amazing match upcoming, so you don't want to miss it, guys. We'll be right back.